And we are live, yes. Hey, welcome everybody to the 24-hour marketing mastermind, where we're going to have a super full, fun hangout. We got Katie Stage and Stephen Pearson on the panel with me, and we're going to have a really, really good time today. But before we go forward, I wanted to share a joke with you. Now, perhaps you've heard this, perhaps you haven't, but I'm going to share it with you, and I'm going to say it slowly because apparently I say it too fast. Thank you, Katie. All right, so what's the difference between a guy falling off a 10-story building and a guy falling off a 1-story building? I'll tell you the difference now. The guy that falls off a 1-story building goes, ah! And the guy that falls off a 1-story building goes, ah! Okay, so hopefully you guys are laughing, you have a good time, and yeah, that's really funny. I thought it was too. I just wanted to break the ice and make you guys feel a little bit welcome. I also want to say welcome to everybody that's on here. If you're on here for the first time, you're in for one heck of a ride because we've got something really cool planned for you today. I first want to say, just bring Stephen on, and so Stephen can say hi to you all. How you doing there, Stephen? Stephen is a little bit under the weather today. He's not feeling all that great. Steve, are you hanging in there?
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm hanging in here, taking it 1 second at a time.
Okay, man. See how committed he is. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning in South Africa time, and he's still here. So, that's awesome of him. And Katie, just say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, word. Okay, fine. Thank you, Katie. That was awesome. Katie's going to be speaking a lot more in a few minutes' time. I wanted to share something with everybody on here now. At the end of this hangout, you're going to have another strategy under your belt, something that's going to hopefully open your eyes. And I want to encourage you guys to do something, because this is something, Stephen and myself do this quite a bit. We're something that you would call probably accountability partners when, we will make sure that we're doing our strategies consistently every day, Skyping each other and saying how you're doing. I want to encourage you to find somebody out there that could help you, with a strategy that you're using to implement in your business. All right, now, if you're completely new and you don't know what's going on, let me just say, first of all, that if you've started out with Empower Network, I want to encourage you to go into your back office and to go ahead and get started on the level up sequence. It's very important that you do that, because that's going to set the foundation for your business and explain what it is you actually need and what goes into building this business online. It's very important. A lot of people skip it, but the more times you can watch it, the better. And then, of course, on the left-hand side of your back office, you're going to get what is called your Fast Start training, and it's called an 8-core commitment training that's going to help you with your business and explain exactly what it is you need so that you can carry on. And those 8 core commitments are very important. They involve things like reading, they involve things like listening to audios, they involve things like getting into training, and that's why we have it there, so you can get started. And then, of course, the onus is on you to actually go ahead inside of your back office and to look at all the videos and training that's available, even on the basic level, so that you can familiarize yourself with the system and get your autoresponders set up. And then, of course, if you have any questions about it after you've gone all the training and you still don't know what's exactly going on, we do encourage you to ask questions. That's why we have hangouts like this, so you can ask questions near the end of this hangout. But also, I realize that you can contact us on Facebook if you want to. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and do that. We're here to help you, but we've got to understand that you really want to do this. We're not here to hold your hand, but we want to understand that you want to do this on your own. Nobody else can build this business and take care of it better than you can. Now, I want to encourage you to go ahead and find somebody who's going to be an accountable partner with you. If you can't find one, that's okay. I mean, I did it for a long, long time myself, but it is always helpful to go ahead and find somebody you can work with inside of your business. Now, I want to also talk to you about You know, a lot of people ask me this question, say, Dave, how is it that you're able to get so many sales, you know, in a week? And I'm going to tell you the only thing I know, and the only thing that Stephen knows and Katie knows, is that consistency is the key. If you take a look at any part of your business that was successful in any aspect, if you are consistent with it enough, you will find that there is success in that. Consistency is the key to everything. All right. There's no point in doing something now and then leaving it till next week to carry on. If you want to be good at what you do, you've got to carry on doing it every single day. So find a strategy for you that works, and then stick with it. And the more consistent you are with it, the better you're gonna be with it. All right. So we're gonna provide you with another strategy with Facebook. And then, of course, at the end, I'll carry on talking about what we've also got planned, so that you can access some more training, some basic stuff that we've got for you. So, Katie, I'm going to hand this over to you, and please take it away and just explain to us what we need to do, because I know a lot of us are really Facebook idiots when it comes to using Facebook, especially when you start out. We always seem to do the wrong things. I know for a lot of guys, we struggle with Facebook because it's I don't know, girls seem to have it down better than guys do at some part. Yes, I know. All right, so Katie, take it away.
Lost your train of thought on that. Sorry. Hey, I like the title of your video, by the way. It says, Katie gets on stage. You know, I like that. That's pretty awesome. So what I wanted to talk about, importantly first before I share my screen, is my pops and I actually had to talk about this the other night, preparing for this training, and it was a cool conversation, and I wanted to share it with you. And what we're saying is that Facebook is like a distribution center. Like, let's take Starbucks for an example. Like, they're not in business selling coffee, okay? Really? Wouldn't you say that they're like in real estate? You know, they need a building to actually sell their coffee, because, you know, the buildings and storefronts are the distribution center. So check this out. You get 300 people who walk into the distribution center to buy the coffee. So if Starbucks didn't have the distribution center, no one would know that they'd have coffee. So we as marketers use Facebook and blogging as our distribution center to show people our products. So let's go ahead and talk about, like, since it's about Facebook tonight, let's go ahead and talk about what's good for your business in Facebook. So actually, if you want to show in the comments below, who here would like to see more engagement on Facebook and maybe make a couple of sales, right? I actually did that within, I want to say, within a couple of months. I actually got on the leaderboards after following Dave and doing what he told me to do. And I finally, for the first time, got on the leaderboard, and I was super excited. I'm just, that's my, I'm just super excited about that. And I want to thank Dave for that. And also it was my part too, because it was because of the consistency. So you have to have that. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to share my screen because I want to show a few timelines, show some really good examples. Let's see, the share screen button is over here. And I want to...
Arlene wants to know. Arlene wants to know how to get more views on her Facebook features mentioned in the comments.
Her first what?
Arlene wants to know. You said, say if you do, and they said yes. Joe's saying yes.
Okay. It says now I'm screen sharing, so there's Dave's face still. All right, I'm just going to go to,
there we
you
go.
guys can see that, my Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay, so obviously I'm going to show mine first because it's such an awesome example. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, what I wanted to say is, if you want to have more followers, you definitely have to have your follow button activated. There's actually a lot of people who I kind of check out on Facebook and see what their profile is about. You know, just just to see what they're about, but a lot of times I don't see a follow button, and that's actually almost one of the biggest mistakes that you can have, because more often than not nowadays, people are going to follow you more than they're going to, you know, send you a friend request. I'm not really sure why, but that's just how that happens. But in order for you to do that, it's actually pretty simple. So you go to your settings and go to followers, and you make sure that, you know, who can follow me. You got to make sure that it says everybody. So if you're in this business to actually sell some products and actually show your lifestyle, you're going to want people to follow you. And if there's some things that you want to stay private, then keep it private, as in don't put it on Facebook. Okay? So there's actually a few examples that I wanted to show. Like, the first thing that people look at is a profile picture. So since it's Halloween, I'm a superhero, but the profile picture you want to be is you, and not like a baby or a dog or a group of people, because people are like, well, which one is her? You know, I don't know which one's her. Where you want to save that is your banner. And if you want to take a look at my banner here, there's a trick that I learned from Charles Fuchs. If you guys don't know who that is, you're definitely going to follow him. He taught me this. He says, I didn't know this was Tumblr or whatever, but I wanted Twitter on there. But Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, there's my tagline, so people can follow you, you know, everywhere. So you're just easy to get to. They get to like and know you, and that's what the whole point is that they get to like, trust, and know you. And so you want them to follow you. And if they send you a friend request, that's even better, because then you can really have this, get the conversation started, and find out what's going on, you know, and have that conversation. So I'm gonna pick on my dad right now. I'm gonna show his banner. Like I said, there's no babies, but he is in the picture with the baby. Obviously, that's my dad, and that's with my niece and his granddaughter Emily. So that's a picture of him, and then he's showing off the lifestyle. This is actually the walk that we go to almost every night to go watch the sunset. Is down by the river. Is we just go for a walk every night, and this is where we took the picture. So it's part of the lifestyle. And you go to Dave's. I just love his profile picture. Yes, you can copy and paste just like I did on a superhero cartoon. But I just love that profile picture. I think that's so cool, and it catches the eye, and you're like, what the heck is going on with this dude? This is so awesome. And then there's a group of friends. You know, that's just perfect. Now I'm going to go to another person. I'm going to pick on Aileen because I love her profile picture. It shows her, but Aileen, if you could put something on here so it kind of shows your lifestyle more, that'd be awesome. I think you do great posts already, and you do a fantastic job. It's just, and you have your follow button, which is awesome. So just kind of put something in the profile or in your banner here, and you could do that like mine, where you can just put your tagline. Everybody can do that. So, and I have an example of what not to do, and he's probably going to be watching this, and he's probably going to message me and say, hey, you know, but that's okay. So I'm going to go to Jonathan here. I don't know what I honestly don't know what he looks like, but I've had conversations with him many times, and I honestly have no clue what he looks like, and I just don't know. So just put your profile picture in there. People want to know who you are. The follow button is there. That's awesome. So basically, yeah, you just want to tell people, yes, I'm here. I'm a real person. Let's have a conversation. This is what's going on. So I guess that's. Oh, I got another one. So if you want to create more followers, okay. So everybody knows who Zig Ziglar is, right? In the comments below, say you know Zig Ziglar, you know Jim Rohn, all that stuff. Start following these guys, and what you do is you start liking and you start commenting on their stuff. And well, for me, it's kind of easy because I have a purple cape. I actually had 2 new friends from. They're like, wait, this girl's got a purple cape. What's going on? So you put thoughtful comments and you start liking people's things, and then that kind of gives them, you know, interested, and they're going to come follow you, and they're going to see what you're about. So that being said, when they come to your timeline, they this kind of snowballs off of what Steve was talking about in Periscope, or I'm sorry, in Instagram, is you don't want to make it look like full of ads. Okay, so you want to make it look like it's a lifestyle. You want to put jokes in there. If you know, be yourself, because I do lots of jokes and funny stuff. By the way, you've got to watch that. That is so cute. But what I find is that there's a lot of people who actually put stuff on my timeline and say, hey, you're the positive person, you're the positive girl, you know, like blah, 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 blah. And it's kind of cool. So, so what you want to do is the 80-20 rule. So what I do sometimes with some posts, I'll just throw my link on there. So
Okay,
you
can I say something quickly?
So, what's that?
I just want to say something quickly for those of you who are listening to Katie. I actually forgot to mention this, so you've got to listen up carefully. Katie is well known amongst most leaders. All right, so listen to what she has to say very carefully. All right, you name it. Most of the leaders in Empower Network know who Katie Stage is. She gets mentioned in the big hangouts. So, you know, I'm sorry, Katie, I completely forgot to introduce you properly. Please forgive me for that. But Katie is really well known amongst leaders, and a lot of people are following her. So what she is saying, take notes and listen carefully to what she has to teach you, because it's very, very important, and she gets results. Carry on, Katie.
Thanks, Dave. Okay, so like he said, the reason why they do know me is because I'm engaging into their stuff. So if you see my friends list, consistently, these are most of the people who I contact with and follow and comment and tag, and you know, this is just the top 9. I do so many others in the top leaders, and be active in the community. And what that does, I'm going to be a dork for a minute, and I don't care, but what that does for me is that I feel their energy of success. So when I'm always surrounded, that's what they mean by surrounding yourself with people who are successful, is you just absorb their success. So what I label myself as with these key people is I'm on stalker status. So what I do is, like about a year ago, this Chad, if everybody knows who he is, about a year ago, he says, hey, everybody, you know, go ahead and put me in as a close friend, and I'll do that for you. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And I've just been doing that ever since. And a close friend means that you'll get a notification every time they post something. So there's a star, and they get close friend. So if you want to get, and this is a great way to actually turn your newsfeed into the most positive thing you've ever seen in your entire like history in Facebook. Put the key people that you want to follow as close friends. You'll be the first one to like. You'll be the first one to comment. They're going to notice you. They're going to comment right back and tag right back at you. They're going to start noticing you. So that's what I do, and that's what I've been doing actually for the last, well, since I started Empower Network back in April 2013. And what happened is that the first person that I engaged with was actually Paul Hutchings, and that I've been friends with him on Facebook for I don't even know how long. I have no idea. I don't even know if it says, but anyways, but he was like one of the first persons that I started to follow, and I'm like, wow, this guy is like cool. You know, I had no idea who he was. I didn't know he was connected with his downline that he sponsored. I don't like using the word downline, by the way. That's a bad word. But he sponsored Justin Berengia, which is $1 million ring earner, and his sponsor is David Wood. So I didn't know that at all. So now, you know, we're getting to know each other, and, you know, it's so cool. And what I was going to say, like, you could start doing that, and always follow people and friend people in Empower Network. That's so you can get to know the community. And that's what I was trying to say about Zig Ziglar. What I do is they have this really cool feature where you can do a see first feature, so you can actually see their posts first. So I see their posts first, and so when I hit home, like Zig Ziglar will pop up, and then I would hit like on something, and I would actually, instead of sitting, you know, looking at like a motivational thing, let's see if we can find one, but instead of a blog post or whatever, so if there's a quote that he does, you just hit like, and then you hit the comments, and you just look at people's comments and see who you relate to and start liking their comment, and do it authentically. Don't just do it because you just want to get noticed without You know what I mean? It's like you gotta be authentic about it. So does that make sense? Yeah? That makes sense, Dave?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, that's good. I just want to make sure everybody's. Does anybody have any questions in the comments? Oh, before you do the questions real quick, there's a key thing that I almost forgot. There's a certain time that people are on Facebook, and I actually learned this from Kevin Connect, one of the top earners in Empower Network, and he says the best times to post on Facebook is you got to always think in Eastern time. So it's 7 Eastern time, a.m., 10 a.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern time. So those are key times. I mean, there's a little bit of leeway, a little bit, you know, you can go to 7:30 or you can go to 7:45 or 7:15. I've done all of that, but do that every day consistently, and people are going to start noticing you. They're going to start, you know, and be yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I think I'm done doing that. How do I do that again? I can't hear you, Dave.
It'll say stop sharing at the top. There we go.
So share
No.
your screen. What?
Right at the top of the green bar, it'll say stop sharing.
Oh, it's not saying that. Oh, maybe I just hit the button again. Okay, there it is. Yay! Okay, so I felt like I kind of went fast. Did I go fast, or was I okay?
No, that was fine. That was fine. I'm sure people are wanting to know, how did you actually get that that banner up there? You were going to show us how to do that?
Oh, put the banner up there?
Yeah. I mean, to actually make the banner, because a lot of people might not be very good at making graphics.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually use Paint. You get it for free on your computer, and you just go play with Paint. And once you get to know that, you can upgrade to, like, say, Adobe, what is it, Adobe Pictures or something like that, or something if you want to do more fancy stuff. But for now, just do Paint because it's free, and you can just have fun with it. I've made tons and tons of pictures, a ton, with Paint. So it's just that simple.
Okay.
So just go have fun.
Giovanna wants to know the times again that you mentioned.
So it's 7, 10, 4, and 8. So, and it's all Eastern time. Think of Eastern time, just like tonight's hangout is at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So it's 7 o'clock my time, but it's like ass crack of dawn for you guys, right?
Yeah, totally.
South Africa.
Yeah, and also, you know, if you guys are absolutely terrible at doing anything on Paint, you can also go to Fiverr.com and you can actually get people to make you a graphic in Fiverr.com, and that's a very good way to get something made as well. I know I am terrible when it comes to making graphics, and so the best thing I can do, I mean, everybody wants to know how I did that 24-hour marketing mastermind banner. And the truth is, I just used PowerPoint from Microsoft. I just used that and found a theme and typed something in there. Then I used Jing. And if you don't know what Jing is, go to I think it's techsmith.com, or you know, just type in Jing. You can download the app and you can just grab pictures with that particular application, and you can use it as a banner. So, you know, and if you don't know how to do it and you've got kids, ask your kids to do it because they will know how to make something. That's the quickest way to do it. You've got to think outside the box whenever you're making graphics.
Another thing I wanted to mention is if there used to be a guy. Okay, there's a guy named Franco. I don't know if he's really active in Empower Network anymore. He does have his own thing, and but he does paint all the time. He says it's actually amazing how ugly it is that more attention gets to it. So you don't have to get all fancy, you know what I mean? And if you don't want to pay $5 and get Fiverr and wait like 7 days for it to come back, go ahead and play with paint and just have fun with it. So.
Yeah. If you guys have got any questions, please put them down below. It's the only way you're going to learn. I know you must have tons of questions. I like that feature you mentioned about the new post. I didn't know about that. When you can actually Know what's going on with the new posts.
You're talking about the close friends, or are you talking about?
Well, the leaders, when you're actually following the leaders, and you can select, say show you what's happening on the new posts that leaders put up there, like Zig Ziglar.
Oh yeah, yep. Oh yeah, you got to see a see first feature.
Yeah, that's right. See first feature. I didn't know that. Thank you for that.
Yep.
Arlene, it's Eastern Standard Time, EST.
Yep, I just answered that.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I think my dad had a question too. I'm trying to find it. Oh, why?
Why share posts?
Oh, why show? Yeah. Oh, because I did say that. Because that's where people are most engaged on Facebook. Like they're going to work, they're at work, they check their Facebook, or they wake up in the morning, they check their Facebook, or they're getting home or they're on lunch at 10 o'clock or whatever. So it's usually just the times that people are on downtime with whatever they're doing. You know, if they're coming home from work or they're just before they watch the news or whatever. So that's just the way. I don't know. It just works. Oh. I'm sorry, I forgot one more thing. Okay, not to add any more confusion to the whatever.
No,
if you are once you start getting more people on your Facebook, there's other people that are going to start to look like they're disappearing. So what you want to do is say this is the perfect way to actually get your posts in front of the people that you want to see it. Like say if it's a prospect or a customer or whatever, whatever you want to call them. What you want to do is you want to pick a specific group of people. You go to their timeline and authentically start liking some of their stuff and commenting and get to know these people. And what happens is it's called an algorithm. So as soon as you do that, they're going to see your stuff, because that's how Facebook wants to do that. I'm like, okay, you two are engaging, so we're going to have you see their stuff. So does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Johnny had a question. You see it?
Yeah, do you do any Facebook phishing to get leads and sales? Phishing?
In other words, do you use Facebook as a way to actually find leads and sales?
Actually, they find me.
They find
Simple
you.
as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that. I've actually had 2 recent sales that I have no clue where they came from, and I'm thinking it's probably Facebook. Because I've actually, the last couple of months, I've been tracking everything, which I've never done before, but I'm starting to track everything. And I don't know where these guys came from, these 2 people who signed up, and I'm pretty sure it's Facebook. So.
Yeah. Facebook, it's the same with me, really. A lot of my sales come with when I'm engaging with somebody, they'll often message me and then ask me about what I'm involved in, and through that communication, they develop trust with you, and they more than likely are going to buy from you when you engage in them conversation. All right, and I know what a lot of people do when they're on Facebook. They'll say the first thing they'll do is just pitch you their business. If somebody messages you and you say something like, "Hi, how can I help? Is there a problem I can solve? Or, what are you going through? What type of thing?" They're more than likely going to respond than you just pitching your business. And the whole idea is for you to appear genuine. Well, not appear genuine, be genuine. Obviously, you don't want to appear genuine. That sounds incredibly false. But you want to be as genuine as you can with them, so that they can see that you're a real person. I know that what a lot of people do with Facebook, and it's a strategy that does work, is when they will go and join groups, and inside of the groups, the most recent members in those groups, what they will do is they will find somebody in that group and then look at their profile, and if they've got a website, they'll go into the website and do a little research on that person, and then they will personally, send them a message in their inbox and say, "Hey, I noticed that you're into fishing. I'm also as well." And they'll engage a little bit of a paragraph and say, "I was just wondering if we can connect, perhaps, and become friends on Facebook." And that's another strategy you can do when you're actually engaging with somebody through that method by going through groups and looking at the most recent person that joined that group, obviously in your niche, so that you have something to talk about. And what that'll do is, if you do that consistently over a period of time, you'll actually start to develop leads when somebody engages you in conversation. But I know that one of the things that I do with Facebook is I'll often put a video up on Facebook and then make a comment about that video, and then right at the bottom of that video I'll put a link to my capture page with the video as well, so they can see my video. I'll provide them with some value. I won't always pitch them. I won't even pitch them. I know that, Kati, you wanted to mention something about the 80-20 rule when you're putting up Facebook posts. You want to talk a bit about that?
Sure. And Emily was actually asking if I could show the close friends and see first thing again, and she wasn't really sure what she meant by when I said banner. So I'm going to have to share my screen again real quick.
Go for it.
Okay. As long as I can remember how to get out of it when I'm done. Okay. So this is a banner here. So when I click on it, I can actually, cover photo. Okay, so maybe that's, I'm using the wrong word. So I can upload another cover photo if I want. And so this is the, I called it a banner. So it's a cover photo, and then this is your profile picture. So what I wanted her to do, whoops, Aileen, I keep saying your name wrong, I'm sure, but so this is your cover photo.
It's Arlene.
What's that?
It's Arlene.
Arlene, okay. So let me just Google something real quick. So I could just do, let's say, Facebook photo. I already knows that this gets searched all the time. So just to make sure it looks good, this is the pixels that you want. You want your photo to be this size, and you can definitely, there's YouTube videos on it. You can definitely search YouTube. You can definitely search Google just to get that right so it fits in here. So there's something here, and I'm suggesting to Arlene, sorry, I'm so sorry, to get her other, like, she's on Instagram now, so advertise that. So that's all I'm saying here. And in order to go to your friends list for close friends, say Rocky here, I can actually put him as a close friend, and then what happens then is I get a notification about that person. So then I can go to their timeline and be the first to comment and whatnot. In order to be the see first, let me just go to his timeline and see if I can. It's already on see first, so that means that it's going to be on my timeline first before anybody else's. And you can have up to 30 see first people, or you can do the default where they're just going to be mixed in with everybody else. Or if they're a negative person, here's a great thing. If they're a really negative person, and say if they're a family member, and you don't want to unfriend them, or an old friend or something, you can just unfollow them, and you won't see any of their posts. You're still friends with them, but you won't see any of their posts, and that's actually awesome. So I hope that answers her question.
There we go, you did it.
Yay! I found the button.
Cool. Let's see. Has anybody else got any more questions I'd like to shoot? Was there another question here? Yeah, so I guess, thank you, Kati, for that. I really appreciate it. I know a lot of people watching. Remember that you can catch the recording of this if you've missed a lot of it. And all you need to do is just re-watch what Kati's been going through with you, and you can go ahead and apply it to your business. Now, I want to talk to you about something that I discussed this with Stephen. Stephen and I are actually doing a challenge together when we will consistently do a strategy every single day for this entire week. And that means that every single day we're going to make sure that we are doing the strategy that we agreed to. And I want to encourage you guys to pick a strategy, whatever you want to do, all right? So whether it's using Facebook or even Facebook and Instagram, as we learned last week with Stephen, or even YouTube marketing, whatever your strategy is, remember that there is a great deal of info on YouTube marketing inside of the Unstoppable Dream product inside of Empower Network. So if you don't have that, go ahead and buy that product. It's $197 one-time fee, but it's completely worth it. And what you want to do is you want to pick a strategy and do it every single day, all right, from this day until the following Monday. And what we're going to do is we're going to be seeing how we're doing, all right? So I want to encourage you guys to do that. Whatever you're doing, we've got the strategy for you here, a Facebook strategy. You know, we had Stephen give us an Instagram strategy last week. And what I'm going to do is after the 9 p.m. Empower Hour that's going to happen at 9 o'clock today, I'm going to be putting up a link at the bottom of this video where you can have access to the Instagram training that Stephen provided for us last week. And you can go ahead and watch that and learn it and apply that strategy every single day. And of course, I've said this once, I'll say it again. Remember that the key thing here is consistency. It may sound like I'm saying this over and over again, but the truth of the matter is a lot of people just don't get it. They don't get that being consistent with your strategy is the way you're going to see success. And I know that that's exactly what Katie did when she started seeing success, and I know that's what Stephen did. All right? You ask anybody who's ahead in this industry, they will tell you the same thing. It really goes from learning a strategy to doing it to getting so confident with it that you can actually get somebody else to do it for you. Whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, or even blogging. Blogging is actually a big one. Once you actually start developing revenue with blogging, you can actually go ahead and pay people to do blogs for you. And you can have like 20 blogs lined up in a row where you can go ahead and just release them every single day on your particular blogging platform that you're using. And so I'm going to challenge you on this hangout to go ahead and do a strategy every single day until next week, Monday, where we can come back and rethink it. And then by the time next week comes around, we will have access to the training that Stephen gave us. We'll give you training to the training that Katie gave us, so that you'll always have it in your arsenal so that you can use it inside of your business. But remember, this is the way for you to get started so you can start producing results in the beginning. And we always do encourage you to go ahead and buy the products inside of Empower Network. We are saying this because the products work. The only way that I developed the strategy that I've used is because I've taken advantage of the training inside of Empower Network, especially the 15K formula. All right, that's the team building formula. That's the top producer formula, and of course there's a mass influence formula. The reason we have them in the back office is because they work. All right. Not only do they work, but they also provide you with the ability to be able to earn bigger profits and to earn bigger commissions, all right? You want to take advantage of that. Remember that your business is about you applying these strategies every single day and also getting into the inner circle, listening to those audios so that you are training your brain and working those business muscles, as it were, so you can apply what you learn inside of your business. All right. Katie, is there anything else you want to say to us? Maybe Steve? Hello?
Oh, my mouse wasn't going over there. I don't know if I actually went over the 80-20 rule. I think I did mention that. But the 80-20 rule is 80% lifestyle and 20% marketing. So I just wanted to clarify that, because you don't want your whole newsfeed to be all like a whole salesperson, because nobody wants to be, actually I wrote this down the other day. I was reading a book, and it's an awesome quote. I gotta find it. Hold on. I'm a note taker, so it says that people don't like to be sold, they like to buy. So don't sell them, allow them to buy from you, and part of that is showing them the lifestyle, like, oh my gosh, she's like on vacation all the time, what is she doing, right? Or she's always with family, what is she doing? Or she's working really hard and doing this thing, they're going to watch you grow. So they're not going to like buy from you right away. They're going to watch you grow, and that's what they want to see. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Steve, you want to say something?
Yeah, man. I just want to say, wait, let me get my camera on. Let's say you added people onto your Facebook and you're chatting to them and you try, let's say you like adding people through the Facebook graph search where you can search for people and then add them as friends, talk to them, build that relationship. Most people will try and promote their product to the people inside of the chat, which is what you don't want to do. The chat is primarily there just to build a relationship. And then once they start seeing all your value-based posts, then they're going to see, oh, this guy lives a sweet lifestyle, or this girl. Then they're going to contact you and ask you what you do, what type of business you're in. Because I found out that pitching your business in the chat is the worst way to go about it.
Absolutely. That actually kind of reminded me of something that actually changed. Only when you're comfortable doing so. The one thing that I changed was, instead of saying, hey, thanks for connecting with me, I appreciate it. I mean, I still say that, but there's a question at the end that I changed. And the question I used to say is, how are you? You know, that's a good conversation starter, that's fine. Or, hey, you know, I like that picture, you know, where was that taken? That's a good one too. But in the chat, when someone reaches out to you and you accept their friend request, the best question to ask is, how may I help you? And only if you're comfortable about saying that, because that changed everything. They're not going to pitch you. They're not going to try to tell you, like, hey, this is, you know, you want to come join my team or whatever they're going to say. But I think that is a huge, huge difference. But only do that when you're comfortable, because, like, about 6 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that because I was just, but you know what? If you know what you're, you know what I mean? You'll just be fine if you want to.
Arlene wants to know, can you have more than one profile page?
Yes, but I wouldn't want to do that. That's me personally. I have a fan page, and I also I own a Facebook group, and that's it. Otherwise, that's all I have. So if you want to have a different, like, split personality like that is what I call it, because I have seen people do that, and I'm like, why do they want to work twice as hard? Have everybody get to you to one place so they can find you, instead of like, okay, why does she have two different ones? Because I've actually had somebody come to me, like, they gave me a friend request, and I'm like, oh, what happened? Oh, this is my, you know, they're not even part of my team or nothing. They're like, oh, this is my marketing, you know, profile. I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. But, you know, it's just, I think it's weird, but you don't have to.
It's not weird because, you know, I mean, as a person coming from, when I first started off with Facebook and I got started with this business, the one fear I had, and I'll say this, I'm not embarrassed about it now, but in the beginning I didn't want to be that guy, you know, with the business. I didn't want to be that person. So I would have my private Facebook profile, and then I would have like a personal Facebook profile with all my business contacts. Because I wasn't really comfortable with sharing with people that I was in this business. And a lot of you watching this might feel the same way. But let me tell you that the only way that you can truly succeed is to be comfortable with who you are. All right? You can't be embarrassed about what you're involved in. All right? Because the truth is that this business provides you with time freedom. And it's true. I don't have to worry about anything. I can take whatever day I want to off. I can go and see my sister who lives quite far from here if I want to at the drop of a hat. I can do it on a Wednesday afternoon. I can do anything I want to. I can have lunch with every single one of my friends if I want, even though they're working. And because I'm on my Facebook profile and I'm not pitching anything, all I'm doing is I'm sharing my lifestyle, that's attractive to people. You know, I was talking to somebody earlier today, and they make these videos where they're out in a garden and they're just talking. And the first thing that goes through my head is, what the heck do they do? How can they just relax and take an afternoon off and just go and sit and talk to a camera? But the truth is that it's appealing. People want to know that. And I've had many people join my business because they see that I have time freedom. They see that I have this ability to make videos at 2 in the morning, to make videos at 4 in the morning, to put up you know, most of my friends work between 9 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon. And they get home, they're absolutely exhausted. And then when they ask me what I do, I say, well, you know, I run an online business. And they might say, well, are you available then? And I can normally say, absolutely. It doesn't really affect me. And it's so wonderful to be able to do that, to have that in my life. I would never be able to do that 4 years ago. There's no ways. I always had to be at a certain place at a certain time. And the truth is that this business is liberating. So you have nothing to be embarrassed about, all right? Take a strategy. Well, first of all, get to know your back office, all right? Set up your system and then learn a strategy. And I'll tell you about the unstoppable dream inside of the back office because it's filled with strategies inside of there, good strategies. Then learn a strategy and master it and just do it every single day, all right? The hardest thing about running a business is being consistent with it. That it just comes down to that. Actually, the process is quite easy. It's quite easy, all right? I do video marketing. And people say, well, what do you do? Well, I just make sure that I do what I need to do every single day, and I do it all the time. And I can find time to do it because it only takes me a couple of hours. And when I started out in this business, I only had 2-3 hours a day that I could work this business. Now I can do this business, you know, if I wanted to, I could do it an hour a day if I wanted to. If I wanted to, I could do it, you know, 3 times a week. But I don't because I want to work my business to the point where I can say, you know what, now I want to actually do what I love doing. And that is, you know, working with kids, working with youth, helping people find their own freedom so they don't have to rely on a 9-to-5 job. All right. I would highly encourage you guys to take what you've learned today and apply it inside of your business and to take note of it. Don't just put up a Facebook profile, you know, of a dog or a pony or whatever the case is. Show people who you are and then start telling people about what you want and your dreams and your aspirations. That's the only way that you're going to get people to look at what you're about. All right, Kati, I don't know if you want to have any final words to anybody here watching.
I don't. I've never done closing before, so I don't know.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just, guys, so you know, there's about 12 minutes before the Empower Hour. I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you go for it. There is a link below this video that takes you straight to the Empower Hour. It's also been coded, so you don't have to worry about that. Go ahead and watch that. Listen to the Empower Hour. I don't know who's actually speaking today. Do you know, Kati?
This time I did not pay attention, so I
No,
do
that's fine. I'm going to find out right now.
Okay. And while you're finding out,
Justin.
What's that? Justin Brangia?
It's Justin and DiVerangio on today.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
awesome.
You were going to say?
I lost it.
You forgot you had a brain fart.
What's that? What happened?
You had a brain fart.
Yes, it was pretty smelly too. About being the strategies, like you're saying, pick a strategy. So like down below you're gonna have a link for the Instagram. I want to just tell everybody, don't feel like you have to do both at the same time. So what I did is I'm mastering Facebook first. So you know there's always changes in Facebook, and I'm pretty sure there's always going to be changes in Instagram. So just pick a strategy and master it first, and be that your very first thing, and then go to the second one when you're ready. So.
And also know that within Facebook there are so many different strategies within Facebook. This is only one of them. All right. So there are different types of strategies you can use within Facebook, and we haven't covered them all, obviously, but this is one that you can use. All right. And the same once you've actually watched this and you've decided, okay, I'm going to start doing Facebook, use it, master it, learn from it, and then once you've actually got it under your belt, then move on to something else. And that Instagram training is really good. I know Arlene's been using it every single day, and she's enjoying it thoroughly, and she's not a techie person at all, and she's using it, and I really want to say thank you to Stephen for that, because I know he gave us so much value last week. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to wrap it up. And so for those of you who are up, ready, go ahead and listen to that Empower Hour. I think Arlene's got a question, does she? Sorry, I'm just reading the question.
Yeah, me too. So,
all right, well, okay.
She's got 2 Facebook pages. That's totally fine. If you're a real estate agent, you keep them separate. That's totally fine. Because I didn't realize that she was a real estate agent. So, yeah, you do want to separate your businesses so you don't confuse anybody. And basically, what you have, Arlene, is, I said it right, didn't I? Is you have 2 different niches. So, well, kind of, because there are some, real estate people who want to, go over to Empower Network. That seems like a normal thing, but you basically have 2 different businesses. So, I think 2 different Facebook pages, in my opinion, I think is good. 2 different ones, so you don't confuse anybody.
Absolutely. Because remember that within side of Empower Network, if you decide to buy a domain, remember when you've got a Colazzo Premium, you can buy another domain. And let's just say real estate in Arizona. I think Arlene lives in Arizona, is that right? So maybe she's in real estate in Arizona.com. Maybe she wants to buy that. And then, it's a way for people to find her on her blog, and she can use that and then talk about what she does inside of a real estate so people can find her. So people are going to type in real estate in Arizona, wherever you are in the state. And that's just an easy way for people to find you. And you can use your blog as a way for people to reach out to you. And perhaps you can talk about the services that you provide within real estate. And it's just a way for you to communicate, and that's how people use it inside of their niche. The same where if you're a musician and you're using your blog, perhaps teaching guitar, you could use your blog and teach people how to use guitar. It's the whole idea behind Colazzo Premium, is so that you can integrate it within your business and make it worth your while. No, I'm pretty sure you're not embarrassed, Arlene. I know you're not the person to get embarrassed or anything. Arlene is, she really works hard, and well done for doing that. I know we've got an appointment on Skype tomorrow where I'm going to be chatting with you. I'm looking forward to that, Arlene. So that's pretty cool. Arlene has been corresponding with me with your business, and I know that she's super serious about working on an online business. And I really applaud her for that, because she has put in the work, and I can see that she really wants to succeed. And that's the only way it's going to work for you. If you want to really succeed inside your business, you just got to decide to do it. All right. It took me a long time to get the results that I wanted to. It took me 8 months to make my first sale, but I was so determined I was going to make it work. And I didn't have anywhere near the training that we have right now. I think it's a whole lot easier to get sales now inside of Empower Network. All right, so I keep on delaying this this ending. So I'm just going to say goodbye. Thank you so much, Kati, for coming on board. Really, really appreciate it.
Oh my God, you are so welcome.
Really, really awesome. And just so you know, guys, Katie's the one that she moderates these hangouts. All right, so she's the one communicating with you. And if you're not following Kati, please get on Facebook and follow her. All right, she's somebody you want to learn from. All right, it's the only way that you can succeed is by following people who are successful in that area. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye. Hopefully you guys will get on the Empower Hour. You've got a link right at the bottom, so you have no excuse. Go ahead and listen to it. Justin and DeVrange will be on there, and you want to hear what they have to say, because they are six-figure earners. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye.
Real quick before you hit the stop button, if people want to follow me, that's fine. But if you're already my friend. Go ahead and do a C first. Or if you want to go on stalker status, make me a close friend.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Kati. Cheers, everybody.